Hey guys, this is brand new Stranger Frozen Wish to use here, and welcome back to another video. And this is actually my very first video that I'm doing with my update username, where I put the brand new day, like I reference the brand new day on my username because of how much I love the Spider-Man brand new day. I still adore it this day. And yeah, so I'm actually here today to once again talk about Spider-Man Brand New Day. And yeah, I did a 1 hour video discussing it. It's probably one of the proudest videos I had ever done. So if you haven't seen my video on Spider-Man Brand New Day, just click on my channel and then you'll find it. I don't need to send a link. It's very easy. It was like probably my last. It was like 2 to 3 videos ago, I think. So. Now, why exactly am I talking about Brand New Day again? Why am I making a video? Well, if you saw the title and you're looking at the image right now, yes, guys, that's right. I am talking about Sadie Sink as Jean Grey in the movie because, yeah, Sadie Sink's role as Jean Grey, not role, but rather the character, definitely sparked maybe one of the biggest discussions online. Yeah, there's a lot of discussions about the movie, so many interpretations. But I think one of the biggest discussions is Sadie Sink as Jean Grey, and now I'll just say right now that this casting is perfect, and I think Sadie Sink is Jean Grey. I don't think anybody I cannot envision anybody else playing this role. Like, the moment I saw Stranger Things Season 4, I was like, yeah, this girl, Sadie Sink, should play Jean Grey in the MCU. And, yeah, that was a 4-year wait for this fan cast, and they kept it a secret. In fact, Sadie Sink was probably one of the biggest marketing tools of the movie. Like, they used Sadie Sink's star power to market the hell out of this movie. And, Sadie Sink... one of the reasons why this movie is making so much money, well, apart from being a Spider-Man movie, is because people wanted to see Sadie Sink's mystery role, and that mystery role turned out to be Jean Grey. Yeah, it was predictable, but it was worth it. And I think it was for the right reasons. Now, I guess, introducing Jean Grey in a Spider-Man movie was a surprise, something that maybe I personally wouldn't have thought of, but I do have my reasons as to why I think Jean Grey is the perfect character to be in Spider-Man Brand New Day. So I'll just let that video speak for itself. And I'm going to try my best to not repeat points that I made in a previous video, because I don't want this to be an hour-long video again. And I literally spent half of my Brand New Day review talking about Sadie Sink's Jean Grey. So, yeah. Now, even if as much as hyped up as Sadie Sink was, and yes, I think for a lot of people, Sadie Sink's presence in the movie did live up to the hype, because a lot of people were saying that Sadie Sink is the standout of the movie. A lot of critics were pointing at Sadie Sink's character, not character, performance, like the way she acted, like it was just absolutely incredible, and even Tom Holland himself admitted in an interview twice that he thought that Sadie Sink was so good. He was complimenting Sadie Sink, and said that she stole the show in the third act. And you also got Indy Navarrete, who is my personal pick to win Best Actress at the Oscars, the next Oscars, for a performance in Obsession. She said that Sadie Sink was the standout of Brand New Day, and that absolutely made my day. No pun intended. I mean, adding that now to my list is my reasons as to why I love Indy Navarrete. However, the character of of Jean Grey was really divisive. Like, Brand New Day was a well-received movie. It got like a 90% Rotten Tomatoes. Like, a lot of people liked it. Most people did. And now it's about to reach $2 billion. It's about to be one of the top 5, maybe even top 3 highest grossing movies of all time. But the discourse surrounding Jean Grey's character in the movie was really polarizing. Like, as in Luke Skywalker from The Last Jedi level polarizing. Remember the discourse surrounding Luke Skywalker's character Last Jedi, and how a lot of people were upset by it. Yeah, Jean Grey's character in this definitely yeah, definitely that. And I will admit, yes, when I first watched Brand New Day, I always fell in love with Jean Grey's character and Sadie Singh's performance especially. But at the same time, I kind of knew that not everybody was going to like this character, because this is a completely different Jean Grey we saw. I mean, in the comics, we never really got to see pre-Charles Jean Grey. Like, we never really saw Jean Grey, her life outside of Charles. Like, the comics go straight to like, oh, Jean Grey hasn't got into an accident as a child, and she gained her powers, and then let's skip over to Jean meeting Charles. And people would think that though Jean is Miss Two Goody Shoes, she's so nice in X-Men the comics. She's like the nicest character there, but yeah, let's be real. The X-Men, they're not as good as you think they are. They're not as morally good as, like, the Fox X-Men movies paint them as. They're all morally gray. They've done bad things, and the point of that, of the mutants doing bad things, is for two reasons. One, it's to like make the mutant hate propaganda make sense. Like, more than just the fact that they hate mutants for being special. Like, and second is because that's the role of Charles Xavier. He makes mutants good. He teaches them how to be good, and that's why they tend to be bad. Like, not bad, but rather morally gray. But because of the Jean Grey that people are used to, yeah, not everyone would like this difference. But however, whether you agree with the decision to make Jean Grey the antagonist in a Spider-Man movie or not, which, yes, there are actually a lot of people who did like this iteration of Jean Grey, who actually understood why they did it, and who actually really complimented it, like me. I think there is no denying that Sadie Sink absolutely crushed it as Jean Grey. Like, I said in the beginning of the video that Sadie Sink is the perfect casting choice of Jean Grey, and yeah, I think she already steals the show with the X-Men. I mean, as much as I really dig Kit Connor as Cyclops, or Samara Weaving as Emma Frost, or even Kaylee Spain as Rogue. I'm a huge Kaylee Spain fan, by the way. They're not. I highly doubt they're going to overshadow Sadie Sink, because she is a talented actress. Like, there's a reason why I consider Sadie Sink as my favorite actress of all time. Yes, maybe one reason is because she's my celebrity crush, but also she gives a performance that really locks me in with whatever character, that makes me want to just like watch every single movie or show or project that she's in. Well, except Chuck, because I tried to watch the movie, but yeah, Chuck is like basically one of Sadie Sink's earliest roles, like on screen. Yeah, but Sadie Sink's performance as Jean Grey in Brand New Day was something truly special. I think it is one of the best performances I have ever seen. I'm not sure if I would say it's better than her performance in Stranger Things season 4. Maybe I'd say it's on par with her performance in Stranger Things season 5 right now. I'm going to give Brand New Day one more rewatch to see if like where I stand when I compare Max and Jean. But I think role wise, both Jean Grey and Max Mayfield are tied as one of my as Sadie Sink's best role. Yes, Sadie Sink is iconic in the role of Max Mayfield, but I think Jean is already a step in the right direction, like a step further into Sadie's career, because she's going to be the new face of the MCU moving forward. Like, she's going to be the anchor. And I know people are going to be like, oh, wait, Frozen, no, that's Cyclops. So that's not Jean. No, Cyclops is supposed to be the anchor. Well, you can't have one hero be anchoring the MCU saga. I mean, in the Infinity Saga, both Iron Man and Captain America are the anchors of that saga. And yes, one is the leader, but the other is like the focal point narrative, the one that audiences kept on following, and the one that audiences fell in love with the most. That's going to be the same for Jean and Cyclops. But Okay, I'm going to save more of the Jean and Cyclops discussion for my next video. I will talk. I will bring it up in the end. But yes, Stacey's performance as Jean Grey is absolutely off the charts. It's phenomenal. In fact, a perfect performance. Dare I say, it is perfect. She absolutely nailed it. And I mean, the way that she acts like this, she acts pretty quote unquote evil like at times, like and then other times when she's actually scared and she's angry. You really feel the emotions. Like you can tell that she's not just acting; she's actually feeling these emotions. And when she's crying, like her cry, like in the third act, it feels so real. Oh, and also those line deliveries of Sasek. I mean, like the last thing my sister saw was his goddamn room. Like even I cannot imitate that line delivery good enough because it was just that good. I cannot even replicate it myself. But then again, I'm not an actor, so yeah. Oh, and also the only hands that can wield this power are mine. Yeah, what a performance! And the way that Stacey uses her eyes to emote most of the time. Yeah. Also, like there was one shot of Stacey in the movie, like basically when she was like in a scene when Spider-Man like entered like the whole Roosevelt thing, the facility where Jean was locked in, and Jean finds out that Spider-Man was in it. Her eyes reminded me a lot of, and some people of Robert Pattinson's Bruce Wayne when he like was emoting with his eyes, like those emo eyes. Like it's great. And especially like when the Sadie was performed when she was about to enter Pierce's mind. Yeah, that is gold, acting gold right there. Now, as for like Jean being the villain, I know some people call her the villain. I get it because because the conflict is literally about Jean Grey. Like you can say that Damage Control was the real villain. I'm personally on the side that thinks that Bill Metzger is the real villain. But the fact that the conflict is more so about Jean, like trying to stop Jean from trying to kill Bill Metzger. Yeah, you can make the argument, but. Personally, to me, I do not count Jean Grey as a villain. She's an antagonist. Like she's an antagonist. There's a difference. Like Jean is not really a bad guy. I mean, she did bad things, but I mean, I'll let my initial brand new day review speak for itself on why I don't think Jean is as evil as people are making out to be. But as far as Spider-Man movies go, like I know people's biggest criticism with the villain is that they didn't really use a rogue gallery villain from the rogues gallery, which does make sense. But you could have had Jean be like this antagonist, and then have like a rogues gallery Spider-Man villain be like the catalyst of it all, like basically being the whole reason Jean is an antagonist, like all that stuff. And I mean, maybe that would have satisfied a little more people and make them hate Jean less. But I think when it comes to this movie, okay, I'm gonna compare it to another Spider-Man movie. Jean Grey being the antagonist in the movie. I mean, she was the antagonist of the movie in the same veins of Spider-Man 2099 being the villain being the antagonist. Okay, not really villain, but the antagonist of Spider-Man 2099. Yeah, of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Shit, my bad. Now, let's see, take a look back at Spider-Man 2099 in Across the Spider-Verse. Now, Jean Grey, while Jean Grey was supposedly written as a hero in the comics, like supposedly, Spider-Man 2099 was also like a hero in the comics. He was never really written as a villain. I guess maybe he's done some morally grayish actions, but Spider-Man 2099, Miguel O'Hara was the antagonist of Across the Spider-Verse. Now, I know you're gonna tell me Spot is the main villain. Yes, that is true. That Spot is the movie's full-on villain. But the way that they handled Spot in the movie, it was clearly just setting up Beyond the Spider-Verse. Now, Spot is a great villain. I love how he was like a multiversal villain. Like went from being villain to way to like being this big threat that's gonna scare everyone. But I think they were mainly setting up Spot to be like the big bad for Beyond the Spider-Verse and put Spider-Man 2099 in the antagonist position. Position because the big conflict that they're dealing with is mainly regarding Miguel O'Hara. Like he was antagonist. So one major plot point of Across the Spider-Verse is how Spider-Man 2099, like Miguel O'Hara, wants to keep the event order in peace, like the canon events in peace. That is good intentions. But then Miles joins the party, and he saved lives, and even if Miguel insisted that Spider-Man's like every Spider-Man in every universe should have a love interest, that should have like someone dead, like a dead loved one, because that's how canon events work. But Miles says that he should save them. He should save them. Like it's not right to just let them die. You should save them. But Miguel's like, no, they have to die because it is the events. Yes, I mean it's not a bad intention. I get that he just wants. He cannot accept change, and he wants everything to stay the same. I mean, yes, it's not a good thing to accept change because you gotta adapt to change. Not everything has to repeat the same. But I don't think Miguel's actions were were Miguel's intentions were bad. But and so Miguel has to deal with Miles changing the canon events. But how does he do that? By trying to kill Miles Morales and getting the whole Spider Society to kill Miles Morales. And he was batshit evil. Like throughout the chase scene, Miguel was pure evil and saying stuff like, it's all your fault. You'll never be Spider-Man. You never should have been Spider-Man. And so I'm gonna have to kill you in order to save the Spider Society. And and even like when Gwen was like trying to defend Miles, saying, Miguel, you like when Gwen calls out Miguel for crossing the line, for going too far, Miguel literally like also attacked Gwen Stacy and threw her back in her own universe, like kicks her out of the Spider Society for telling Miguel that he's going too far. Yeah, Miguel was pure evil. Like I think he felt more evil than Jean Grey, honestly, like in comparison. So yeah, that's why I'm talking about Miguel O'Hara, because it's kind of a coincidence that Across the Spider-Verse and Brand New Day, my two favorite Spider-Man movies, have that in common. I mean, using a Spider-Man antagonist from out of someone who was not in the Rogues Gallery, and the fact that they're twisting a supposed hero into like this antagonistic side to them, and I think that works so well to me. Okay, and now going back to the discourse surrounding Jean's actions. Now, yes, Jean terrorized people. She hurt people. She tried to push people off the roof just for Spider-Man to save them, and she even tried to kill MJ. Now, I did share my reasons as to why Jean Grey did that. It did those things in my Brand New Day review. So again, look out for that. But yes, I think people are overreacting towards Jean Grey, because you're saying something like, Jean Grey is irredeemable. Like blah blah blah. She should have died. Yeah, I'm sorry, but like when it comes to all these villains, like this makes me question how people view villain morality. Like if you think that what Jean did was the worst of any MCU villains, like what, like really, like that is like. I say like out of all the MCU Spider-Man, out of all the MCU villains, I think Jean Grey is like the villain that, the quote-unquote villain that maybe is the least villainous Spider-Man villain. Like you actually understand her. Again, I'm not gonna go into the detail because I already said, you already heard me say that, but I mean, these are the same people who said Killmonger from Black Panther did nothing wrong. Like, really, like he literally killed the people. Like he's literally a killer. By the way, yes. I should mention as well that yes, writer Eric Summers said that Jean Grey did not kill anyone. I guess some people didn't believe that, like questioning, like because they wrote Jean Grey's character, But honestly, yes, I agree with Eric Summers that Jean did not kill anyone. I guess maybe some people did would interpret Jean's character as someone who did kill but like is trying to get away with it. But yeah, I forget but I think I but let's not forget in the end of the movie, Jean Grey like redeemed herself. Like she like the talk with Aunt May like she learned and what she needed was just a love from someone, like and the fact that she and to have someone to fight the pain with. I mean, maybe she didn't realize it, but she did. And also, people come on. She's just a teenager. Like, I mean, why are your moral standards high for teenagers? That I mean, you're gonna say she did nothing wrong, but I mean, you're gonna say that she did wrong things, but Killmonger did nothing wrong. Heck, I've heard people say that Damage Control, that Bill Metzger did nothing wrong. Oh yeah, so killing Sarah Gray, okay, he's innocent. Yeah, fuck off, people. Like, what the fuck are like? Now, I feel like people are just do not have this media literacy anymore. Like people have just thrown media literacy out of the window, and now they're judging morality like, if a teen girl does something bad, it's the worst thing ever. But if it's someone like Killmonger, okay, he's innocent. Blah blah blah, and all that bullshit. Like, yeah. And I feel like and when it comes to this loud discourse in Jean Grey, I guess maybe people could have been one-sided on her. Maybe the discourse wouldn't have been that loud. Like maybe more people would have agreed that Jean's actually too evil, or okay, maybe Jean was not evil. Maybe she was redeemable. But I actually figured out the real reason why this discourse surrounding Jean Grey is happening. I feel like that's the case. And that is the casting of Sadie Sink. Now, Sadie Sink has a huge fandom, myself included. And there are people who liked Jean Grey's character. Jean Grey's character. And I think that's what drove people to really hate Jean with a passion. Like those who hate Jean really hate her with a passion. Like they literally act like they wanted Jean dead, like they want to kill Jean themselves, and the fact that she's not capable of redeeming herself. Like, what if people what if it wasn't Sadie Sink who played Jean Grey? Like how many of you would have what would the discourse be like? Yeah, I mean, would the discourse be the same? Would it have been loud? And would people have two sides of it? Would people have two? Would people have, or would they be like one sided? I mean, I might say, would people have been divided on the character, or would they have had a more one side take on it? But I feel like the haters of Jean Grey are like when it comes to how they see people liking the character, like, oh, you're just blinded by your love for Sadie Sink, and Sadie Sink is not even a good actress. You're just simping on her. Like. Yeah, seriously, and I feel like that's the case. Like, and when it comes to people taking it out on the writers, like when who people are blaming, they sometimes sound like they're taking it out on Sadie Sink herself, like not the writers or Destin Daniel Cretton, who literally had the idea of putting Jean Grey in Brand New Day and making her the antagonist. That is That was all on Destin Daniel Cretton. Destin Daniel Cretton. That was his personal idea. He had this vision, and the vision came to life, and it was brilliant. I explained why in my review, so again, I'm not going to explain that further. Now let me guys hear. Let me hear from you guys. Literally cast any other actress as Jean Grey, as the antagonistic Jean Grey in Brand New Day. How would you feel about it? Well, Grace fucking Randolph had something to say about that, because yeah, that's actually one reason as to why I made this video. Yesterday I was watching this video of Eric Debunks, pretty solid YouTuber. He was reacting to Jester Bell's video on the X-Men casting, her rant video. I only watched this video just to laugh at her I only watched that the video of Jester Bell with the X-Men through the commentary of Eric DeBongsa just to see how Jester Bell would react to Kid Connors getting cast as Cyclops, because it would have been it was hilarious. But then they brought up Grace Randolph's take on Jean Grey. Like, Grace Randolph absolutely hated the iteration of Jean Grey in Brand New Day, and so did Jester Bell. And Jester Bell literally pointed it out. So what did Grace what? So Grace Randolph actually did come up with an idea on how to fix Jean's character, but you wanna know how she would do it? By recasting Sadie Sink for the role. What the fuck, Grace Randolph? And yeah, like, I heard a lot of people saying, oh, she disowned Sadie Sink. Like, you know, like, maybe not the right word, but like, Grace Randolph hates Sadie Sink as an actress now just because of this role. Like, she outright, like, Grace Randolph outright bullied and attacked Sadie Sink in that video when she talked about, like, you know, the live stream video about the X-Men casting. Yeah, she tore Sadie Sink apart. She hates Sadie Sink as an actress now because she played a character he didn't like. And seriously, so recasting, like, really. By the way, I want to go back to the Luke Skywalker comparison I made in the beginning of the video, because again, yeah, Jean Grey's got the discourse surrounding Jean Grey is a lot like, you know, it's pretty similar to, like, the Luke Skywalker discourse from The Last Jedi. However, everybody said that Mark Hamill gave an exceptional performance as Luke Skywalker. Everybody loved it. Loved his performance. But when it comes to Sadie Sink's Jean Grey, people are pretending that Sadie Sink didn't give a good performance just so they can just because they didn't like the character. Like, they are trying to push narratives to, like, criticize Sadie Sink's performance as Jean Grey, and the best they can come up with is, oh, she's just playing Max Mayfield all over again. No. She was not playing Max Mayfield all over again. And I dissected deep into Max Mayfield's character and Sadie Sink's performance. Sadie's performance in Stranger Things as Max is not the same as her performance in Brand New Day. Now, I guess, yeah, you can probably see the comparisons, like, you know, there's possession there, and losing a sibling, and then also, yes, they did make that running up the hill reference when Sadie Sink, when Jean Grey was, like, running after Sarah, when Sarah was getting kidnapped by damage control. Yeah, so there's that. But I mean, yeah, you can argue the flashback scene with Jean and Sarah. Yeah, I mean, Sadie Sink definitely did give off heavy Max Mayfield vibes. And you could argue, yeah, that was that one scene when she was playing herself, but I don't care. That was probably one of Sadie's best looks yet on screen. But when it comes to, you know, Sadie's acting chops as in, like, the Hulk scene, the DODC headquarters scene, like that, and also the third act of it all, there was never a hint of Sadie Sink copying Max Mayfield. I mean, Max Mayfield didn't really shout, God, the goddamn room. Like, I'm not going to say it again because it's just gonna be cringe. And when I say it, I never felt that way like ever. And Sadie was, like, using different, like, Sadie's acting was very different from her other performances, and to me that's what makes Sadie Sink stand out. Sadie's role as Jean Grey stand out from others. Because, like, in fact, maybe I could make the argument right now that Sadie Sink did give her best performance as Jean Grey. Jean Grey. And yeah, so with all the discourse surrounding Jean's character, and the fact that some people are not really giving Sadie Sink enough credit, and my personal suspicion that they could be pointing it out on like Sadie Sink herself, I'm honestly pretty concerned towards Sadie Sink right now. Yes, of course, Sadie Sink is my favorite actress. She will always be my favorite actress. I don't care what anyone else says. I mean, why can't we all just have our personal favorite actresses. Why does it have to be someone like Emma Stone? Or now, even I'm not dissing on Emma Stone. I love Emma Stone, but yeah, but seriously, can we have like someone like Stacey as our favorite actress? And yes, maybe you can like tell me all you want that that I'm only glazing Sadie Sink as that I only praise Sadie Sink as Jean Grey just I mean that I only put Sadie Sink as my favorite actress just because I have a crush on her, um but no, I mean that's just one reason why. But like what I said, it's because of how talented she is as an actress. So she can act far better than you all are making out to be. And by the way, my dad did agree with me that Jean Grey was the best character in the movie, and Sadie Sink gave the stand-up performance, and we were all like talking about it. So there's that. Yeah, but then yeah, so seconds before I went to record this video, I saw some new takes on Sadie Sink as Jean Grey, like Sadie Sink in Brand New Day, that also kind of pissed me off that I had to include it in the video. So with all the people saying Sadie Sink stole the show, now I actually rewatched the Indy Navarati's video where like she said that Sadie Sink stole the show and like praised Sadie Sink for it. People in the comments were saying that praising Sadie Sink as Sadie Sink, calling her the stand-up Brand Day, is an insult to Tom Holland. Really? Like everybody, remember when everybody said Michael Keaton was the MVP of Spider-Man Homecoming, and Jake Gyllenhaal was the MVP of Far From Home? So you're allowed to call Michael Keaton and Jake Gyllenhaal stealing the show from Tom Holland. Okay, that's okay with you guys? Like, I mean, some people make the argument that Willem Dafoe stole the show in Spider-Man No Way Home, but when you people say Sadie Sink stole the show from Tom Hall in Brand New Day, apparently that's not people, they think that's not allowed to happen, just because Jean Grey was just a supporting character and Spider-Man is the main character. That is disrespectful to supporting characters, and honestly, I always feel bad for supporting characters. Like, I'm the type of person who always most of the time my favorite characters in a movie or a TV show is a supporting character. And I mean, I think supporting characters deserve far more respect. Heck, why do you think the Oscars have a best supporting actors or a best supporting actress category? Like, because like supporting roles deserve recognition too. And that makes me question, do people actually like Sadie Sink as much as I thought? Yes, I know there are people who absolutely adore Sadie Sink, who understand that she is talented. And yeah, she has a big fan base thanks to Max Mayfield, because she stole the show in Stranger Things Season 4. But most of Sadie Sink's roles are supporting. So, yeah, they're supporting roles. Even Max Mayfield is a supporting character. Well, I think she's the main character in Season 4. Sadie Sink was the lead in Season 4, the one where everybody praised her performance. Yeah, so I guess everybody has to call the main character the best character. So, I mean, if they actually position Sadie Sink's Jean Grey as the main character in X-Men, would you call her the standout, or are you just going to blindly call Kit Carter Cyclops as the standout? Now, I'm not dissing on Kit Carter as a Cyclops, by the way. I love the casting choice, and I think he's going to make for a literally me Cyclops. But yeah, I'll discuss more about that on another video. So yeah, but seriously, guys, it's okay. You don't I mean, if there's another actress who you think is better than Tom Holland in Brand New Day, that's fine. Like Sadie Sink, her performance in Brand New Day is like very exceptional. And even Tom Holland himself admitted that Sadie Sink did steal the show, like mainly the third act. But apparently people are upset about, Tom Holland, don't put yourself down. You're the real standout. Sadie Sink is overrated. And yeah, it's kind of a bummer that people are calling Sadie Sink overrated. Well, I guess I say that's a good thing, because I know that Sadie Sink is loved and I'm not in the minority. Yeah, I mean, when you like literally cast Sadie Sink in Brand New Day, yeah, you already knew that she was going to steal the show. Cause let's be real here, every single movie and show that Sadie Sink is in, she stole the show, and I already know that Sadie Sink will steal the show in the X-Men reboot. Oh, and also, but we are getting a Sadie Sink in a leading role soon because there is this show that Sadie Sink is working on as an executive producer called The Marriage Plot, where Sadie Sink is playing the main character of that show, and it's like going to be like some sort of Sadie Sink vanity project. Well, it is and isn't at the same time, but yeah, I want to talk about The Marriage Plot a bit because I think that maybe I can see a lot of possibility for people to draw love for Sadie Sink with love for Sadie Sink through that show. Like maybe a lot of like non Sadie Sink enthusiasts would watch The Marriage Plot and then would say that okay, this is Sadie Sink's best performance. Yeah, I think The Marriage Plot is my most anticipated show right now because yeah, I mean obviously Sadie Sink executive producing and starring as the lead is one thing, but you also got the writer of Succession, Will R.B., and directed by Hiro Murai, who directed The Bear and Whales Bay. I'll admit, guys, I have not seen Whales Bay yet, but I mean, I'll take Sadie Sink's word for it. I will start Whales Bay. Yeah. So I mean, if Sadie Sink recommends a show or a movie that I haven't seen, automatically in my watch list. So yeah, The Marriage Plot. I am actually worried that about what people will actually say about The Marriage Plot. Now, I think I'm confident that The Marriage Plot will be a banger and it will actually get acclaimed reviews because of it's in the right hands, and plus it's distributed by FX, who did Shogun, which is like in my top 15 favorite shows of all time. But like, are people actually going to watch it? Yeah, that's actually my main worry. Is that because when it comes to Sadie Sink playing lead roles, nobody watches them. Like nobody saw Odessa, which sucks because I love Odessa. I'll never understand the hate for it. I don't know. Nobody watched Dear Zoe, another masterpiece from Sadie Sink. Fear Street 978. Is it? I mean, I guess it has some sort of fan base, but not a very big fan base because there are a handful of people who have never seen Fear Street and Fear Street. Well, hey, at least people say that the Sadie Sink Fear Street movie is the best one of the bunch. And yeah, but I think the one thing I am worried about with Marriage Plot is the fact that people are probably going to hate on Sadie Sink's character. Oh, the main character that Sadie Sink plays, she's so unlikable. I hate her. Like, I swear to God that better not happen. Because I feel like Jean Grey isn't even the only recent Sadie Sink role that people were unfairly hating towards. Max Mayfield from Stranger Things Season 5 got some unfair hate where people were like, oh, Max was so unnecessary, or why didn't they just let her die? And also like the escape from Camazotz scene where the most misunderstood scene of Stranger Things where people will be like, oh, Max, Max tried to kill Holly because she didn't let Holly get to her body in time, and she's trying to give an emotional monologue to her, blah blah blah. Like the fact that you're jumping into the conclusion on the fact that Max tried to kill Holly because Holly couldn't make it out on time, like it made sense as to why Max Mayfield talked to Holly. I'm gonna make a video defending Stranger Things Season 5 Max in the future. Maybe for Stranger Things Season 5's first anniversary this June, this November, I mean. So yeah, so I'm gonna end right there. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention one more thing. Fingers crossed for Sadie Sink to get an Emmy in for The Marriage Plot. Yeah, because I think this is it definitely is the type of show that would gain enough attention with the Emmys. I'm gonna make a separate video on The Marriage Plot, which I'm gonna be explaining why you should watch it. Maybe next year or when it gets closer. Maybe when there's a trailer or something. Yeah, or first look or whatever. So yeah, that's all for my video discussing about the discourse surrounding Sadie Sink's Jean Grey. Where do you stand? are you with me that Jean Grey was a fantastic the iteration of Jean Grey and Brand New Day was absolutely fantastic, and Stacey gave a perfect performance? Or are you one of those people who hated Stacey's character, like the Jean Grey character Brand New Day? And whether you agree, whether you like the iteration, or you thought that they betrayed the character, can we all agree that Stacey at least gave an excellent, like, amazing banger of a performance? Yeah, seriously. Comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for my video discussing the X-Men cast announcement at D23. Followed by another video discussing about Frozen 3 and other D23 news. So yeah. Bye, guys.